Hi everyone. I hope everyone's doing really well. I usually have a review for you when I come to you, but I've just been sort of wanting to ask this on my channel for a while. It's cold here where I live, so probably not nearly as cold maybe as where some of you guys are. So excuse the whole Russian grandmother babushka get up, but I don't feel like putting anything else on. And I'm in my night clothes, and you're not going to see that. So it's just the quilt for tonight. Me, the cat, and the quilt. I ordered a full bottle from Imaginary Authors, and just to give you a little bit of a backstory behind my question, full bottle from Imaginary Authors. It's actually a backup bottle of The Cobra and the Canary. And Josh Myers was kind enough to send me 4 samples, a couple of which I had already smelled, but he ended up sending me, well, you know what the Imaginary Author samples look like, right? Like There's a City on Fire. He also sent me Cape Heartache, The Soft Lawn, and Memoirs of a Trespasser. And tomorrow I'm going to try and post my 3 reviews of the first 3 that I mentioned, Soft Lawn, City on Fire, and Cape Heartache. The reason why I'm making this video is basically because of Memoirs of a Trespasser. I've seen a lot of really interesting reviews about how much people love that fragrance, and I'm wondering if anyone else has had this experience that I'm about to describe. I sprayed it on my wrist. Actually, I sprayed it right on the outside of my palm right here. Let it dry down for 15 or 20 seconds so the alcohol could evaporate, right? Gave it a sniff. And I'm used to everyone, saying it's, this wonderful woody vanilla, dry woody vanilla with a little bit of sweetness. All I can smell, and I can barely smell this, is just the wood. All I can smell is the wood. And I really get no vanilla. I get nothing else. And the wood is a very sort of ethereal smelling. It's almost nothing on my skin. Now, I'm not saying that I got a bad sample. I'm not saying that everyone else is wrong. But this has happened to me not just with Memoirs of a Trespasser. It's happened to me with maybe half a dozen scents of the few hundred that I've smelled, probably. Maybe 300 or 400 scents total, I guess. What happens is I'll watch reviews, I'll buy a sample, I'll put it on my skin, and I won't smell one of the things that everyone else claims that they can smell. Now, I know that, perfumery is a very sort of subjective art, and what we all like is subjective, but I'm thinking that I should be able to smell everything that's there, but I seem to be particularly anosmic, that is, unable to smell vanilla, unless it's really sweet, and I don't like that at all. I'm not a sugary sweet, 12-year-old girl kind of vanilla, 12-year-old girl vanilla fan at all. But I can smell, I can smell the vanilla in something like Shalimar, just because it has that sort of edge of sweetness to it. But Shalimar is extremely complex. I don't think that Memoirs of a Trespasser, from the little that I can actually smell, it's so dusty and dry on my skin. I can barely pick up anything. But smelling it 8 hours later, it kind of smells just like it was 30 minutes after I put it on. I mean, it's certainly still there, but I can't imagine anyone ever smelling this on my skin. It's just so faint, just like it was 30 minutes after I put it on. And I was wondering if anyone else had ever had this experience with either vanilla or another note or anything else. Have you ever smelled something that everyone else claims to notice, and you're just, what are they smelling? I mean, it's not like the notes are totally off the wall, but something that everyone else seems to pick up on, you don't pick up on. It's I've been doing a little bit of reading around in like journals and stuff, and apparently this can be genetic. If you're familiar with the genetics of taste buds and how people react to cilantro, the green herb, people either tend to really love or really hate cilantro, and there isn't a lot of reactions that are in between. And scientists actually think that your reaction to it is genetic. Your genes either come together in a way such that you love it or you hate it, and depending on the part of the world you're in, if you're around a lot of people that love it in that part of the world, then your cuisine can have a lot of it because your mother and father both probably love it, so you probably will. Well, United States cuisine is a lot more diverse, doesn't have nearly as much cilantro, and you run into a lot of people here that hate cilantro. My father's one of them. My mother loves it. I happen to love it. But it's interesting how that works. And I was just wondering if picking up notes and fragrances is anything like perhaps loving the taste or hating the taste of cilantro. If you guys have any thoughts or comments or just anything else to say, I'd love to hear what you think is going on with me, because I'm sort of curious myself. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. I'm going to bed.